Yo, welcome to Sprawl Brawl. It is episode number 47. I am Wild Matt, as you can see there. It is a Thursday, as always. We air live on youtube.com/MegaScorcherTV, as well as Twitch, Hitbox, Beam. We're all Megascorcher TV there. And you can go to, and I totally screwed up the music there, but that's okay. Right, Steiner? You totally didn't hear that, so that's cool.
I don't hear anything.
Yeah, so there you go. That's fine. He doesn't even know. It's May 5th, 2017. We're in May now. That's crazy. It's pretty fast for May to be here. Man, go away, May. Go away. It's too fast. What is this bullshit? Megascorcher.com. That's the website you want to go check out for our VODs and our MP3s. iTunes. You can also look us up there. There's no video podcast up there yet, but we will be up there soon as a what's it called? Yeah, that's a video podcast. We will be there soon because I do have the videos. I rarely upload them on the site, so I guess I'll do that from now on. So there you go. We do have we don't have unlimited space on the server, so that's the thing. Fresh air is overrated. You know, since we've been HD, everything is way bigger.
Yes, it does seem to
everything
do that.
is way bigger. Like, looking at this can of beer. Whoa, it's so huge. How did that happen?
That's what she said.
I don't know. I don't know how it happened. I don't know. But yeah, it's pretty all right. So anyways, we're still up there on audio. So if you're driving around and you want to listen to some MMA discussion and even some wrestling discussion here and there, because I do that sometimes. I tend to do that. Steiner over there, not always. He eats occasionally. He usually eats more when I talk about wrestling, though. That doesn't happen yet. I'm just going to mute him now. He's not even there anymore. He's not even there. No, I'm kidding. He's there. He's totally there. So let's talk about some MMA and wrestling news, because I'm just going to start it off.
Wrestling?
Yeah, I'm just going to start it off with me here. Some me news here. You might have heard about this too, though. X-Pac. I don't know where he was traveling, somewhere in Europe maybe, or somewhere to go wrestle that's not in North America. And he had some weed on him. Not only that, he also had some meth on him. Ooh. So that's not a good idea to be doing that. It's some international travel with some meth. Turns out, though, it was prescribed, and it's for some like infection in the knee or some bullshit that he has. So
the meth was? Or
yeah, some kind of methamphetamine. I don't remember what the exact name was. I should look this all up, but I don't really want to. But hey, there's laws, X-Pac, Sean Waltman. You should probably not travel with all these drugs. The weed, you're in California. They're probably just going to go like, and then take it. And then you're fine. But, everything else, probably shouldn't travel with all that stuff. So, yeah, or if you have a knee infection, maybe don't wrestle for a little bit, too. I know you got to earn that monies, but, man, it's some hard times there. Anyways, that's it. It's the wrestling news for this week. I don't really have anything else in terms of news that I want to bring up anyways. I still watch wrestling. It happens. All right, the Fertitta bros, the Fertitta bros, the homies, they're my friends, Lorenzo and whatever the other guy's name is. They launched a $500 million investment firm. They invested in launching their own investing firm, funny enough. So they're investing money in getting that investment money into people's hands. Hopefully making some monies with their investing monies.
Yeah, that's okay. Sure.
Yeah, they have money. They basically pay money so that people can take their money and then make more money with it, hopefully. That's the end game.
Is that what, or are they, because an investment firm would typically mean that people come to them asking for money and then they go to someone else to get the money to then give to them.
I suppose so, but would it be the Fertittas doing all that, or would they have employees, is what I'm saying.
Oh, there would be employees.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they're investing money in basically not having to do anything except have this firm do everything for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying. They're spending money into other people to get their money out there so that they will earn money with the money that they put out there. Right?
Sure.
Anyways. Because the Fertitta brothers, I'm sure they still have a lot of money after this $500 million.
Yeah. Well, just how much they made off of the sale of the UFC alone, not to mention all the casinos and other shit they own.
Yeah, and who knows, they might just see some stuff coming through there that they're just like, oh, cool, maybe we'll put some money in there too. There you go.
Yeah. That's obviously.
So there's a lot of play that they can do with this. So there you go. That's your Lorenzo and Fertitta. What's the other guys? Man, Lorenzo and the one that doesn't show up as much.
Yeah,
because Lorenzo was definitely the dude that was
if
more
I heard his
vocal.
name, I would probably be.
Yeah, let's just call him Michael. Michael Fertitta. Michael and Michael Buffer. Michael Fertitta and Michael Buffer. There we go.
Michael Buffer.
Yeah. UFC. They're adding a 125-pound women's division for the longest time, saying that, nah, it's never going to happen. We just created the 145. We have the 135. That's good. We don't need anything else. Don't worry. We have the 115s. Don't worry about that 125, guys.
Well, yeah, I don't know about the 145 is one of the things.
Yeah, no,
they got maybe like 7 fighters in the 145. So that's
maybe 7, and they have the one that hasn't fought yet.
Yes, but actually, I would almost include Cyborg in with those 7. Like, obviously, there's women that can go up, but women that should be fighting at 145.
There's not
very many of them.
No. And there's a lot that can fight at 125 because there's a lot of them at 115.
25 makes more sense because, there might be a couple that are too big for 15 and not large enough
what's
for
her name?
35.
Letourneau just got released, right? The Canadian girl got released from the UFC, and she's totally somebody that was totally fighting at 135, and she was getting outclassed just because all the girls were bigger than her.
Which one?
Valerie Letourneau.
Letourneau. I don't.
She was in the Tough House.
Her face.
I believe she was in the Tough House. Yeah. I think that's right. Anyways, so they just created this division. It's happening, but there's some news reports that said that the next season of The Ultimate Fighter, which is the 26th, would feature a tournament of these ladies, plus ladies that are from the UFC and the fighters that are not from the UFC in this tournament for this vacant 125 division title, and but that's not official yet. The UFC came on and they said, whoa guys, whoa, we don't know yet, but that's probably going to happen. Right, that has to happen. It
obviously will happen. It's just when.
You know what I would do to change
will
it
it
up?
be Tough 26?
You know what I would do to change it up this season? Because if you look at like the first few seasons, they had when did they stop doing 2 divisions at once?
Oh, they've kind of been on and off.
Yeah, they go on and off. Right? So let's say, this is all one, right? So they're all ladies. Let's say what you do is you do all of the fights except for the semis. You stop at the semis, and then you make them fight twice in one night.
Oh, that's not going to happen with the Nevada State Athletic Commission.
Do it somewhere else. Because those tough finales, they're not in huge arenas anyways. So just put them somewhere else. There's plenty of venues that have a lot of people.
I would assume it'll probably be at the MGM Grand. So it'll so you can get 10,000, 9,000 in there.
But
so
I remember they used to do them in like Hard Rock cafes.
Which with 1,000 people.
And they use the smaller cages too. They've been doing that last year too. There's a few events that they used a small cage and yeah, that's how you know it's a small venue when the cage. Well,
the Tough 24 or whatever was Demetrius Johnson versus Tim Elliott. So that they had, I think that was at the MGM Grand.
Yeah,
because they had like a fairly sized crowd there because it obviously was a type of thing.
I guess it could always depend on who the last 4 are, right? Like if you have somebody that you think would make the finals, that's like a hometown favorite, go there. Like let's say Michelle Watterson drops to 125. Go to her.
No, she's already at 10 or 115, so she's not going to drop to 125.
Oh, she did go to 115. That's right.
She was at 105 in Invicta.
Yes, that's right. She came up. Then who could drop down from 135? Who's the obvious one?
Misha Tate would have probably been a fairly good one.
Yes. Well, Tate and Letourneau, like for sure. Letourneau's just on my mind because she just got dropped. So she's literally the next news item here. She is facing Emily Decote at Bellator 181. So that's the one after the pay-per-view in New York. I can't believe you don't remember who Valerie Letourneau is. She's our Canadian homie, bro. I'm pretty sure she's from Quebec, just based on her name, but I could be wrong.
No, she does not look familiar whatsoever. What?
Yeah.
What? Well, what? Ultimate Fighter Rousey versus.
Yeah, the one with the ladies. Which other one would she have been on?
Well, no, there's the 115. Which this was ladies and guys, the Rousey versus Tate, and then there was the 115 Rise to be a Champ or whatever the hell it was, that they actually had the 115 women's.
Oh yeah, for the belt. Okay, well then then I would have just told you that it's the one that wasn't for the belt.
Yeah.
I totally blanked on that. All right. Amanda Nunes is going to be fighting Valentina Shevchenko at UFC 213. That's a pretty good fight. I'm into watching that. 213. Where is that one? Because I have no idea. Because
someone who would be really good at like 125 would be freaking Rose or something like that if she would go up.
Yeah.
Like the thing, she's just really, really skinny right now. So if she were to thicken up a bit, she would probably.
Beep, 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 beep. This just in 10 hours ago. I didn't have this in the news. Fabricio Werdum and Alistair Overeem is on for UFC 213, and a Lawler versus Cerrone also for UFC 213.
Cerrone. Okay.
Yes. On the undercard, Thiago Santos versus Gerald Meerschaert. I'm not too familiar with that name, but yeah, sure. And that's it. That's our card right now. That's all the cards. Well, this is in the news later, but I might as well bring it up right now. Anthony Pettis is going back to lightweight, and he is going to be fighting Jim Miller.
Whoa, that's some step down.
Yeah, but he's also not been doing so good, so you got to build him back up.
He beat Oliveira and then lost to Holloway, so
yeah, but even in lightweight before when he left.
In lightweight, yes, yeah.
So he hasn't been doing all that hot since he's been champion there.
No. I think he does have some issues with understanding weight cutting correctly, but
we shall see. But that's the UFC 213, and that is in Las Vegas. Who knew? Who should have just guessed it?
It's 213
July.
Is that the July weekend, or is that?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it does.
Oh man, so they're gonna build this card up like a motherfucker because Cody Garbrandt and TJ Dillashaw is on that card.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look out for that one. I'm sure they're going to add to that. Man, John Jones versus DC. Boom! Main event.
They can't. Because
motherfucker.
Jones is not eligible.
He's active like the day after, right?
No, it's 2 days before.
Oh.
But he can't apply for a permit or a license before his end date, and it takes days to get the license. So.
Come on, Athletic Commission.
They might be able to
fucking
squeeze it through, but it would be such a fast fucking thing.
Oh, I know.
They wouldn't be able to market for it.
Hey, bureaucrats, get your shit together, motherfucker. Just fast track this motherfucker through. That's what I would say. Yeah.
I'm sure that's what they're trying for, but I thought they already called this fight for August or something.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Dave said that, but man, this is perfect. Vegas, July 8th, fucking quote unquote international fight week. Oh my god, it's so hype. Like that's the fight, man. That's the one that everybody wants right now. That's what
it was supposed to be last year. But
that's not McGregor. Because that McGregor fight, everybody wants that one, of course.
Which one? With
anybody, who cares?
Mayweather?
No, just anybody. It doesn't matter who. It really doesn't matter. Just Conor McGregor versus could be himself. People would fucking come. All right. Oh no, wait, that's nope. South Korea's Battlefield FC has yet to pay multiple fighters from their last card in April. Yes, that's pretty bad. Sarah Kaufman won on that card versus I don't remember who. I should have wrote this down, but she's now owed $20,000 that she has not gotten paid for yet.
Shit, that's gotta suck.
It's been a few weeks that they've been trying to contact the CEO dude or whoever their contact is, and they have not been able to get to him. So, yeah. Hey, South Korea. I'm sure there's no regulations there, so it's probably harder to even get your money if you wanted to.
I'm sure there would have to be some sort of.
Oh, there's probably laws, but I'm sure it's harder because even like they're international and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's not as comprehensive as it is here.
Yeah.
Dude, here, like if you don't get paid, I'm sure there's some bullshit that you fucking go through.
But it's South Korea. It's not like it's North Korea or fucking China.
Yes, but it's still Asia, bro. It's still Asia.
I understand, like if you're living in Ontario or something like that, and you're trying to contact people in South Korea, they're in the fucking future, and all sorts of weird shit's going on, and they know how to ditch your calls.
I don't know about you, Steiner, but I watch those K-pop shows live when they happen, so I'm pretty sure they're awake when she messages. But it's an email. They can answer whenever they want.
Well, but that's just easier to dodge. You're not actually there. You can't walk up into their building.
I'm pretty sure you're just making up some bullshit now, Steiner. That's a pretty lame excuse.
I never make up bullshit.
I'm pretty sure that they're fucking them over. I'm pretty sure they're fucking them over. Well, sorry, guys. It's just we're in the future. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, does he have the money and he is just dodging them, or
Battle FC? I've never heard of them. Well, I have heard of them. I've never seen an event. I'm not familiar with them, so I can't speak about anything from them. Like World Series of Fighting, I pretty much know that company up and down. Like I don't know who their main investor is, I guess, and maybe who owns it primarily, but I know who the CEO is. I know who the matchmaker is.
Right.
So I know that much about that company, who is not called World Series of Fighting anymore. The Professional Fighters League. Excuse me. Screwed that one up.
Okay.
All right. Dan Henderson, who is a UFC fighter, is going to be appearing at a Bellator event in Italy. Oh, no, sorry, Italy. No, this is in May. This is in New York. He's going to be in the event in... Oh, no, he is going to be... This is
in May is all you have here. I don't know.
Yeah, no, this is going to be the event in fucking Europe, Britain...
UK. So it'd be England is that one. Or this
England,
is the...
Yes.
McDonald versus...
Daly.
Yeah, so that would be
card.
in England.
So he's going to be at that card signing some autographs if you want to meet that guy.
That's interesting that he's being...
Meeting UFC fighters and meeting WWE wrestlers sometimes is really cool, and some other times it's really not cool. Yeah. I'm just going to say that. So set your expectations accordingly, because there's some guys that are really fucking nice and really fucking cool when you meet them, but there's some other guys that just... So, yeah, get ready for that. Jake Shields, a nice motherfucker, man. He's a cool dude. He'll talk to you for a little bit, take a picture if you want to. Nice dude. GSP, I've never seen him, so I couldn't say anything about him.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to
met
meet him.
Chuck Liddell.
I've heard nice things about him when you meet him.
What was the event in Toronto where
a lot of
Couture got his knocked out from Karate Kid?
Machida.
Yeah, Liddell just showed up at the bar they were at, and they were in a private room, and they asked if they could join them. So they spent 3 hours with Liddell.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's what I hear about Liddell. Is he doesn't mind hanging out with people.
Yeah, no, he like what they said. He was really cool. He did a bunch of autographs and a bunch of this and a bunch of that, and just they were hanging out with Chuck Liddell watching UFC.
Yeah. I met Phil Davis. Phil Davis is okay, but he seems pretty closed off. He doesn't really want to talk with people. Is what my assessment of it is.
It also depends on when it is. Like if he was
Yeah,
in the middle,
I think maybe he just
that would be a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, you got 2 days
I
for
don't
your
think he
weight
was-
cut or a day for your
I
weight
don't think
cut
he
or
was
something.
fighting on that card in Toronto.
Okay. I have no.
He was just
idea
there.
when or-
Because
Okay.
there's a few other fighters that I met too that were just there. Who else? Ryan Bader is pretty all right,
Mm.
but he had to go. But he was cool while he was there.
Yeah.
Who was with him? Oh, Nate Marquardt was with him. He's also all right.
But yeah, like if you meet a guy that's doing a weight cut, has like 24 hours to his weigh in or something like that, he's probably not going to be in a very good mood.
No, I think it was Sean Spencer that I met at a fan expo, and he wasn't very friendly.
Mm.
Maybe he just was having a hard day. Who knows? Maybe there's a bunch of fans that gave him a hard time. But, you're at a fan expo, try to have a good time. I was just trying to talk to him, and he was just like, man, all right, maybe I won't talk with you. All right. So Dan Henderson, man, he's been in the game. I'm sure if he didn't want to do this, he wouldn't.
No, he wouldn't be. Yeah.
So I'm sure he'll be cool.
Yeah.
Vitor Belfort versus Nate Marquardt. There go my homie.
Yeah.
Versus they're going to be at UFC 212.
12. So that's
Soon. That's the one
next
after
one,
Dallas.
yeah.
So that's soon.
So that is Aldo Holloway.
Oh, that's a good card.
Yeah.
The next two UFCs.
They don't have it organized yet.
Well,
I guess it is.
I remember
Bellator's
212.
fantastic.
They've been throwing a lot of fights on it. 212 also looks pretty good.
Oh, you got Anderson Silva with Undetermined. So.
No, they'll find somebody for him. I'm sure. That's here. He's in the news.
That's the next news article. That's kind of why I threw that out there.
He wants a interim title shot versus Yoel Romero, or he's gonna retire. God damn it! I'm gonna leave. I don't like this. I wish I could speak like Anderson Silva. I can't do.
Hey man, this is not cool. This is what the hell? No, no. I don't really know.
Oh, not normal. No, how the fuck does he say that? How does he say not normal? This is not normal.
No, that's more French than Portuguese.
Yeah, you see, I can only do GSP. You know.
Yeah. I listened to Chael Sonnen's podcast, and he was like, "Okay, that's really cool." He called out Romero like that. That's really fucking awesome. But why the fuck did he say for the interim belt? Like Bisping's not hurt, so it's just essentially a paper belt or the chance of having that shot against Bisping or GSP. Because I think that's kind of where he'd be going, is he thinks GSP will likely beat Bisping, and then that would give him a chance for him and GSP would do gangbusters quite likely in a pay-per-view for the UFC light heavyweight belt. That was the fight from 5 years ago that everyone would have shit themselves if that actually happened.
I was trying to look up how he says is normal. That's right, but I don't remember how he says it. I'm trying to look it up, but I can't find it. It's all songs and remixes. Anyways, I really wish that somebody just put up a compilation that was just him saying "is normal" over and over again, because he said it so many times. He said it so many fucking times. I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna. I have UFC Fight Pass. I'm sure they have some conferences up there with Silva. All right. Anyways,
that would be all on YouTube.
I could also do some YouTube digging, some researching. Francis Ngannou, he's moving to Las Vegas full time. So he's been fighting out of France forever, literally forever. So now he's going to be fighting out of Las Vegas. That's probably good. That's probably a good thing.
Why does that name sound like Ngannou? Sounds very familiar.
He's a heavyweight that's been destroying people lately. I don't know if you're familiar. He's also GSP's friend. He's in his
Okay,
corner.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yes. He's a Cameroonian French dude. So, no, he's a dude. He's ruthless.
Because he did a really interesting choke on somebody, and then
was it the Kimura?
I can't can't
in
remember.
New York right before the Toronto event.
Yeah.
Dude,
It was the way he did it.
yes.
He did it from the
Dude,
stand. Yeah,
I gave him the submission of the year last year.
Yeah.
He just took him.
And then he just
took
knocked
it from
the
standing.
fuck out.
He took him from
Yeah,
standing.
yeah.
That was the thing that was crazy about that submission. Yeah.
And then he knocked the fuck out of Orlovsky. He knocked Orlovsky.
And he did it
fuck
fast.
out.
Oh.
Yes.
All his fights that he ends, they're usually pretty quick. And if not, they were pretty quick in the second.
Like, yeah, he's got one loss, and that was his second fight. So, and everything, submission, knockout, submission, TKO, knockout, TKO.
Yeah. Do you remember
But
how
he
much
stopped
shit, dude?
every one of his fights.
Do you remember how much shit I gave that New York card before the Toronto card? Like before it actually happened, I was just like, "Oh my god, why are they even doing this? They're just doing this card because they promised it to New York. Like, we're gonna do this many cards a year, and it turned out to be one of the best cards of the year. And then that Toronto card happened, and holy fuck!
I don't think I watched much of that.
Holy shit!
It was like a New York Buffalo or something like that. Was it not?
No, it was in Albany. It was Albany, New York. Yeah, it was in upper state New York. They just did it because they promised it. That's the only reason they did it. And it was only on Fight Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that.
Whew, it was a good fucking card. Wow. I love that card. But then that Toronto one.
The Toronto card.
Toronto one was so different because it was just, oh man, my hopes are all dashed. And whoa. Wow. And then they put it on free TV during Christmas. I was like, whoa, I'll watch this over again. Why not? Yeah. Usually I told you this, right? I watched the Spelling Bee.
No.
Usually on Christmas TSN, that's what they would play. They would play the National Spelling Bee. And then we would watch that before we would open gifts. In the middle of eating dinner and opening the gifts, we would fucking watch National Spelling Bee. It's pretty dumb. But yeah.
So, this for instance, okay. He's moving to because he's fighting out of Las Vegas. So he was living,
Mm-hmm.
So now he's actually moving to Las Vegas to then fight out of Las Vegas.
Yes.
Okay. He was living in Paris.
Did you hear about this ESPN news?
Highly doubtful.
All right. So the reason why this ESPN news is relevant to wrestling and MMA, mostly MMA, I would think right now, anyways, is they laid off a bunch of people, like most of their employees. They just laid them off if they had anything to do with like NFL reporting or people that weren't like commentating on the games, and like they laid off a lot of people, a lot. And it seems like they're not doing so good in terms of money because a lot less people are just watching TV in general, and that includes ESPN. So and they have a lot of commitments that they pay a lot of money for.
Yeah.
So, they just laid off people who they seemed or deemed
not necessary.
Yeah, not necessary. So, the reason this affects the UFC and the WWE right now, though, is both of their TV contracts are up in I want to say WWE is 2018, maybe even 19, and I want to say UFC is around that time too. They might be the same fucking year. So ESPN was they were seen as one of the top that they would acquire those TV rights from either one of those two companies. Because ESPN, the Sports Center, has been covering WWE lately. Also UFC. And UFC, they're going to get more money. That's for sure. WWE, we're not for sure if they're going to get it. But UFC is definitely going to get more money because their contract was not for that much with Fox. So they're 100% going to get more money. WWE, their contract was smart because when they started out, it was low and it got higher.
Right.
So, but their viewership's been going, boo, it's been the opposite. So, who I don't know whether TV is weird right now. The only thing that is worth anything on TV right now in terms of rights is sports. But you pay so much goddamn money for it that do you make money off of it? Probably not. Like ESPN, I think that's a good example.
I would think ESPN would be hard because it is that bonus cable or whatever.
Yeah,
so
they need the viewers. That's how they make the money. They need the viewers. That's the only way they make money. Like, you know, we have NBC and shit. A lot of them make the government funding, that, you know, because they broadcast over the air and it's all funded by the government and all that bullshit. But ESPN, yeah, it's on cable. You need to pay them and you need to be watching it.
Yeah.
For them to make money. So, yeah, and dude, they have everything. They have hockey, they have football, they have MLB, they have basketball. So, yeah, they have everything. So, that's a lot of money to be fucking spending on all that shit. And even if it's just regional casting, like, you still need to fucking have your regional broadcast over here, your regional broadcast over there.
Yeah, no, yeah. So you're hiring 24 people
I don't
for
know
all the regions.
I don't. That's the thing. I think ESPN is all national, because, you know.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, because I think it's like Spike.
I have no idea.
I think it's like Spike. They only have the one channel.
No, there's ESPN 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh yeah, well,
5.
they have the multiple channels like that, but I think they're all the same throughout.
They're all national.
Yes.
Like TSN's all national, so
Yes.
there are 5 channels or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that's how ESPN works. Like, they might have the main feed might have 2. They might have a Pacific and an Eastern, but all the other ones, I'm pretty sure they're all national. Hey, holy shit. I've been waiting for this forever. Justin Gaethje from World Series of Fighting, he dropped the lightweight title there a really long time ago, and he hasn't had a contract. Hey, UFC, they got him. Bam! So they don't know when he's going to fight yet. They don't know against who, but they're excited about it, and I'm excited about it as well. He's one of 2 fighters from that company that I think will do really good in the UFC. And my track record with the Strike First fighters have been really good.
Okay, do you think he's going to stay lightweight, or do you go down to bantam? Like, I don't know how big he is offhand.
He's not that tall. I think he could definitely stay at lightweight. It's just, who does he face at lightweight in his debut? I don't know. And bantamweight, who does he even fight in bantamweight right now? No, I would stick in lightweight.
Well,
I would stick in lightweight
would
right
be
now.
like Swanson or...
For sure, I would stick in lightweight. I think he would do better there right now. He's small, but he hits pretty hard, and he has a pretty good ground game too. So
he's 6 feet. He's not that small.
God damn, he just looks, man. He doesn't seem like he towers over anybody when he fights in World Series.
Well, he's 5'11" and a quarter.
Oh, it's so different, Steiner. That's not 6.
Yeah, I know.
Jeez.
But
yeah, I don't know what to say about that.
So he's not short. He doesn't look all that built though. But that height at lightweight, he probably would be a lightweight.
Yeah, no, for sure. He's not super built. I guess, knowing that he's 6 foot now, I guess I would kind of describe him as maybe not Stefan Struve, because his limbs are not that long. How would I describe this dude? Because I've been watching him for fucking a long time. I've pretty much been watching.
He's coming from a good camp. Fuck.
Yeah, no, dude. The thing about this guy is that he's been wanting to get into the UFC for forever, but it's probably a really good thing that he stayed in World Series of Fighting for the amount of time that he did, because he fought some really good dudes and he had some really good fights, so he got that out of his system. And now he can just fucking go into the UFC and probably wreck 90% of the roster. It's just how does he do against the top 10? I don't really know. That's always been the question with anybody that comes in, right? But I think he does really well. I think he's one of those Musashi characters where he just comes in silently but deadly. Because again, Gaethje, he wants to talk shit, but I don't think he can. I think he's one of those respectable dudes, and he's from Arizona, so he's 88, and he's my age. It's weird that we get classified as millennials, because it's 88. It's so close. It's so close. It depends where you grew up. It totally depends. If you grew up in a big city, then yes, you're a millennial because you got everything. Me, I was in a super small town. Dude, the internet was not. It wasn't really anything until I was like 15. It was something before that. Yeah, sure, you could get dial up and blah, but I did not have it. So
well, high speed definitely changed things on how the internet worked.
yeah, I only knew one guy in my town that had the internet at his house. So it wasn't that prevalent back then to me. But I'm sure if you lived in Toronto, it was just like everybody had the internet back then, or most people. I'm sure there was more people that had the internet.
Wait, you're talking in what year?
98, 90, 97, 98.
I'd say by 2000, I would think like.
Oh yeah, I
much
had AOL in like 99, and then in 2000 and maybe it was 2000 I had cable.
Yeah, because that's we got high speed or whatever in like 99.
Oh, the crazy thing about my cable,
but we were one of the first ones to get it.
Looking back at it now, is the crazy thing is the speeds never increased.
Yeah.
The day that I got the cable was the same speed that the day that we left, and that was like fucking like 5 years. Come on, give us a little bit. Come on, just something.
Well, it's infrastructure. Just if you're living in the same place, they just didn't. It wasn't what it is now for sure. Mm-hmm. And again, most of it was all set up to just look at a couple of web pages, look at a couple of pictures, maybe check your email, do some.
Okay, no,
like
I
guess
I got cable way later. I guess I got cable way later then, because I got cable not too long before YouTube, and I guess that was 2006. Yeah, because 2007 is when Google got it. So I must have gotten cable internet around 2005. No shit. It must have been around 2003, 2002.
Yeah, we had internet. Like my brother and I split the bill, like when I was still in high school, for like cable, and that would have been like 2000 ish.
Oh hey, so we're done talking about news of the week.
Yeah.
We got some results though. They're not really MMA related, so I guess I'm not gonna really bring them up. No, I am. I'm totally kidding. I'm gonna bring them up. Did you watch the goddamn boxing this weekend?
No.
From Britain.
No.
Oh my god, it was so goddamn good. It's so goddamn good. So okay, so
boxing.
So check this out. I have a bunch of videos that I guess we can just talk about here. So this was from a while ago. Anderson Silva was doing a pose down against himself because Kelvin Gastelum dropped out. So he did a pose down against himself for UFC 212 press conference.
I'm not entirely sure what that means.
When you do a pose down.
I get that, but he jumped onto the other side. And
yes. He pretended that he was doing it against himself. Yes.
That's a good one.
This was a knockout kick at KO, or K1, I should say. This was like maybe 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
It's pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal. Because he checked his kick, and then he kicked him while he was like checking the kick. It's pretty crazy.
That was pretty fucking nice.
Yeah, and then here's the next video here. This was in
Jumping.
London. Oh, hey, we watched this one. Yeah, sure, why not? We didn't watch this one, but let's bring it up again. This was in London where Diakase landed this crazy KO where whoever his opponent was got laid out. Do you remember this fight?
No, I don't remember the black guy with a red mohawk.
Oh, you don't? Oh, man. They showed this fight on the TV card. He just KO'd him, like, straight up.
When was this?
In London, maybe like 3 weeks ago. That was a while ago. I don't know who this is either. This is an Axis fight. It was a head kick KO. There you go. I'm just going to play it real quick.
Okay, I tuned in as he was dancing like that.
Okay. That was a pretty crazy head kick there. We'll show it on replay. Bam! He did not see that coming at all. Let's watch this one championship fight. Oh, no, this is a whole fight. I'm not going to play this one. Man, yeah. I don't have the fucking boxing highlights. I thought I totally had the boxing highlights, but I guess not. Whoops. And this was AJ McKee with a crazy Bellator 176K out there. Or 178. But anyways.
Oh, shit, son.
The boxing this weekend was fucking insane.
That hammer fist just like utterly destroyed that guy. Holy fuck.
Yes. That was AJ McKee.
Like the head kick knocked him the fuck out, and then the hammer fist like probably just broke his jaw.
That was the highlight of that Bellator.
Because it was perfect fucking place on it. Holy shit.
That was the event right before 179. All right, so this was Vladimir Klitschko versus Anthony Joshua. Oh my god. Everything about this fight felt so fucking awesome. The last fight that I felt this way in terms of boxing was I'm trying to remember what cinnamon is. Canelo Alvarez. He fought. Who the fuck did he fight? I think it was in Texas. Anyways, it was the football stadium in Texas, whatever their team is. I forget.
There's a couple of them.
Is there one in Dallas and one in
Dallas would have the Cowboys.
And is it
I'm
Houston?
sure there's one in
somebody?
Houston,
yeah.
And I wouldn't even. I would think San Antonio might even have.
It's possible
something.
San Antonio, but Houston definitely has somebody. Anyways, it was one in one of those arenas, and yeah, that fight felt so. The atmosphere, whoo! Those Mexicans really excited about fucking Canelo Alvarez. They're ginger. Go with that goddamn Mexican ginger. He's so good. Anyways, except when he fights, what's his name? Money. Why am I blanking on his name? He's going to be fighting Conor McGregor, maybe. Blah, 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 blah. Boxing, Conor McGregor. We just talked.
Mayweather?
Yeah, Mayweather. Why the fuck was I blanking on his name?
I don't know.
Yeah, except when Canelo Alvarez fights Mayweather, he doesn't do so good. But when he fights fucking everybody else, it's a really good fight. Anyways. Oh my god. Everything about this Klitschko versus Joshua fight was fucking amazing. The entrances were fucking so good. They had the longest runway in fucking history. So this was at Wembley Stadium, which is, where they play all those tennis games. Are you familiar with it, Steiner?
A bit, yeah. I don't watch much tennis, so I don't.
It's a big ass stadium because they play. They have for tennis. I want to say they have like 8 courts at Wembley, and then the main one is like a huge stadium too. So they play a lot of it. So, anyways, this fight was really good. Hi, Swag Master, how's it going in the Twitch chat room? So everything about this fight felt like a huge event. The entrances, like the entranceway. So imagine like a football event, right? So imagine even just a hockey event. So imagine where the players are sitting, right?
Right.
So the fighter came out where the players are fighting, or where the players are sitting, and then he came out all the way around the hockey rink, and then he came back up in the middle.
Okay.
So it was a huge ass huge ass runway. But the reason was in the middle where they did the curve. They did like a huge like flame show and fucking pyro blowing up everywhere. It was so fucking awesome. But because this was in Wembley Stadium, it's in fucking England. Anthony Joshua, he's also British, so they really like, they're all, they're all Englishmen. So they fucking were blowing up. And I don't know if you saw one of the WrestleManias where The Rock had a flamethrower and then he shot letters that lit up and they said The Rock and fire.
No.
But they pretty much did that with him.
Okay.
But the letters were even fucking, they were bigger and they were like powered with propane and they looked crazy. They were cool. Man, everything about the pre-show for this fight was amazing. But then the fight actually fucking started and it was goddamn amazing. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. It was so good. It ended in the 11th round. So, hey, it ended. A fucking heavyweight fight that ended with Klitschko. That's ridiculous. How often do you hear about that? But it was all over the place. I would say the first 4 rounds was kind of them feeling each other out. They were landing jabs and stuff, and it looked pretty deadly. But, it was 2 heavyweights going at each other. In the 5th round, though, Joshua was pretty much stepping his game up. And he dropped Klitschko pretty hard with a right hook. But man, like Klitschko, this whole fight, he can take a motherfucking punch. Like holy shit, he got destroyed and he was staying up. He even in the first knockdown, it wasn't right away. He got punched, bam, with the right hook, and then he kind of like wobbled a little bit, and he took a few more punches, and then he ultimately just kind of like grabbed onto Joshua before he fell over, and then the ref was like, okay, yeah, that's a fucking knockdown, like step away. And then the 6th round, fucking Klitschko reversed it. It fucking landed just a little quick right boom. It was a left hook, sorry. It was actually a left hook right to the face. Joshua just went down right away. Like it was like, woo. He just like stepped in and boom, right left hook. He didn't even see it coming, just right to the fucking face. It looked pretty brutal. But you can see that Klitschko started getting more tired. Dude, I want to say Klitschko is like 50 now. I'm going to look that up, but he's pretty old. Klitschko's been fighting for fucking ever. I always thought he was Russian for some reason, but he's from Ukraine. It's pretty much the same place, right? It's pretty much the same place.
Yeah.
They're right next to each other. He's 41. Sorry. I don't know why. I should have said 40. I don't know why I said 50. He's 41 now. For 41, Jesus Christ. He still looks like a motherfucking stud. But Joshua, he's just way younger, and starting around the 10th round where that was where you could tell where Klitschko was just starting to get tired, and Joshua never let down the whole fight. So especially in the 11th round, Klitschko got knocked down twice. It was fucking so amazing. And then he was about to get knocked down a 3rd time, and the ref stepped in and ended it. Oh, man, it was a really good fight. It's a really good fight. I hear a lot of people saying that the American broadcast was really good, but unfortunately I was just watching a broadcast from Britain. So I was watching some English talking
dude
about it.
Going, yeah. Oh my God, this is amazing.
Yes, pretty much. Mm-hmm. They say that about everything. It was a good fight. I don't know what else I can say about it. Like, go up on YouTube and just look up Vladimir Klitschko versus Anthony Joshua. There's a bunch of highlights there that are like 2 minutes. You can get the gist of it because most of the action was in the 5th, 6th, and 10th and 11th rounds. The whole fight was so good. You know, I've watched a lot of big time boxing in the last few years. Boxing is such a hard sport to follow, but there's a few fights where you're just like, man, yeah, you have to watch this. And this was one of those fights, and it just had that big ass atmosphere that even like Pacquiao and Mayweather didn't have, right? Because Pacquiao and Mayweather was in a fucking hockey arena, right? They were just doing a regular fight,
right,
in Vegas.
Yeah,
it was huge. Everybody fucking watched it at home, but it didn't seem like a huge event, right? You know what I mean? This, when you watched it on TV, was like, holy fuck, look at all the people here. Like, the dome is open. There's a helicopter looking at it from the fucking sky. There's drones looking at it from the stadium. I was just like, wow, this production is just crazy. And
so it was actually in a stadium opposed to a...
Yeah, well, it's
arena.
Wembley. So Wembley, what they do for tennis is that they split it off for all the games. And then when they want do a big event, it's pretty much just a fucking football field.
Wembley, that's all grass though, is it not?
Yeah, but
Wembley
you can put stuff on top of grass.
Sure.
Like a football stadium.
Yeah.
Anyways, I want to say Wembley is meant for soccer at first, right? Yeah, that's what it is.
I have no idea.
It's totally a soccer stadium. It fits fucking 90,000. And for boxing, it probably was like 100,000 for boxing.
You could fit a lot of people in the field, obviously.
It was amazing. That's all. And I don't know what I can say except that. Like if you saw it, you totally know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, then you're like Steiner over there. Over there, right over there. I always got to point the opposite way that I'm looking at you at. All right. That's it. Well, I guess I watched Tough. I did watch Tough, but I watched it.
I.
I watched it. Okay, well, good. Then you can talk about it more than I can because I only watched the fight. I watched some of the episode, but not all of it.
Most of it was just going through. Shit, I forget their names, but the guy that made it to the finals and then rampaging through Las Vegas.
Jesse
Taylor.
Taylor.
Like it was just his redemption story of like how he fucked up so bad and he realized he fucked up and it was just him trying to turn himself around and this, that, and he worked really hard in other organizations and did really well and won a championship in one of them and this, that, and the other, and this is my chance. I'm not gonna fuck up this time. And it's the same concept for the other guy. It's just that nothing seems to be happening in the house.
Who was the other guy? It was he was pretty good too. I forget what the fucking his name is now.
Well, in the fight he didn't do.
No, in the fight he wasn't good, but at the time he was pretty fucking all right.
Fair enough.
Oh man, what was his name? Yeah. Anyways, because everybody in the season I think is pretty okay. There's some of them that are just like, they're only.
I just want to see. Let me bang, man. Let me bang.
Yeah. What's his name?
But
him.
But yeah, he's there, but he's not drinking apparently, so it's not as.
Oh no, dude, he seems like one of the most chill dudes there now. So this season's not the only drama. This season is between the two coaches.
Yeah, and there's a lot of shit talking between the two of them.
This episode, I kind of watched it and fast forwarded. The most of this shit talking seemed at the very end when they were doing the weigh-ins and after the fight. Was there much more shit talking before that?
A bit, but not much. Most of it was just looking back on the two fighters of how they deal with. Like they actually had footage of them with their kids and this and that. And,
yes, I've seen some of that. That's why I fast forwarded. I didn't have all.
Yeah.
I literally started watching that episode at 7:15 before we started streaming, so I only had 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's. Like I pretty much was just somewhat paying attention, but I didn't really watch most of it. I went.
The fight was good. I mean, the thing about
that
Tough,
first round should have been like a fucking 10-7 because holy fuck.
The thing about Tough is you gotta tone down your expectations because.
Well, it's that you also have to have 4 fights or 3 fights or whatever in the house. You can't just go balls to the walls because if you do get hurt,
some of them do. But the thing is even like Jesse Taylor's not that dude. He's a wrestler.
No.
So like when you get those dudes that are dominant like that, that's what's gonna happen. It's not gonna go any other way. So the fight went 2 rounds and he got the decision right. That's how it finished.
Yes. Yeah, they didn't say the numbers, but I would assume that it would had to have been the first round would have had to have been at least a 10-8, and the next one was
and it's California,
10-9,
so it's the new rules.
Probably. No, it's Las Vegas, so it's not the new rules.
It's not the new rules?
Vegas is not following the new rules.
Son of a bitch.
Because they are not following that, the United Fighters Association.
We don't want people to get injured in the head, bro. That's not even the point of that fucking rule. That's the only reason they didn't do it. It was because of the downed opponent.
Well,
rule.
that's just the down opponent thing. There's also other.
Yeah, no, but that was the main reason they didn't want to do it. That was the main reason whoever didn't do it did not want to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
yeah,
so stupid because that rule is only there
on
to stop people from fucking playing the game,
yes.
which is dangerous to begin with. So don't
yes.
fucking do it.
Which people had, like with the whole thing that happened with
Musashi
Chris.
and Weidman.
Oh yeah, like that's going to open up a lot of people's eyes of just like Weidman tried to play the game and then he got his
and he fucking admitted it.
Caved in.
He admitted that that's what he was doing.
That he was trying. So. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's just stupid. You should not be. You go down to your fucking knee or something, and then you're fine. But I guess that puts you at a disadvantage. That lets them tower over you a bit more. Maybe take your back, or
it's too bad.
Yeah, or you're gonna get knees in the fucking head. And like the thing is, that's 2 fights in a row. He got fucked up by knees.
Mm-hmm. So, hey, MMA this weekend, it's pretty bare. There's not much. The UFC picks up.
I thought 211.
That's 2 weeks from now. Week? Yeah, that's not this weekend. It's the weekend after.
It was this weekend.
Sorry.
Motherfucker.
Sorry, bro. Well, hey, if you want to watch some MMA, there's Cage Warriors 83 on Saturday. That's in Europe, so it is going to be airing at like 3 p.m. Eastern, so it's going to be like at like 1 p.m. your time.
No, I just want to see this fucking Dallas fight card, man.
Yeah, me too. But the Cage Warriors main event is Che Mills versus some dude. I don't know, but Che Mills pretty okay. He's getting there. He's getting to the point where he could be signed into the UFC. I feel he's one of those fighters. And then Victory FC 57 is on Fight Pass on Friday. I really love watching those fights, to be honest, because they have the square cage. And they have the ex-commenter of Bellator, so it's a voice that I'm familiar with.
Though it's not.
It is a cage.
Ring.
It is a cage. It's just square. It's pretty cool. And Sean Wheelock is his name, and he is the commentator of.
So is it like the Hell in a Cell? So it's actually got like a top to it.
It's got a top on it and everything. Sometimes they climb on top of it and they slam through it. Oh, it's pretty cool.
And then Mankind gets thrown off, and the Undertaker's like, "Oh fuck, what did I just do?"
Right through the announce table. And then Joe Rogan goes like, "Oh my god."
That'd be funny as hell.
Yeah. Why not put a top on fucking MMA? That cage is already so fucking it's the only thing I don't like about MMA is when you go in person. It's still fun. It's just it's so restrictive. The view is so bad. It's unless you're high, but then the second you get high, and if you're in a hockey arena, you're pretty far
away.
Yeah, unless you're right in the middle. But those tickets usually cost a little bit more too. So, the ring is not good for MMA. Don't get me wrong. People can fall through the fucking ropes and get injured and shit. We've seen it lately in boxing with.
Well, there's a lot of fighters that want nothing. They just want
that makes total sense. Look, you're already at a hockey arena. There's fucking plenty of space. Just make the space slightly bigger and don't put anything around them.
Because I think that was GSP talking about that he wants it to be like 6 times the size. So he wants it to be like...
Dude, be like 50 fucking
feet by
Bloodsport.
50 feet or something. Yeah, it would be something...
You know Bloodsport where they have like the edges where they ramp up?
Yeah. And that's what GSP was essentially talking about. It'd be like 50 feet by 50 feet, a square.
Yeah, and the ramp up is your indication that you're going to go out. And if you fall out, then too bad you fell out. What can you do?
Well, they reset and into whatever position.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, hopefully the ref can stop them before they actually...
Well, but the thing that you typically have, if you fall out, you're falling out onto mats or something like that. You're not falling...
Oh, yeah, no, for sure, but you can still get hurt, you know? Even if it's mats, you can fucking land on a leg awkwardly or a fucking... Like when you're rolling like that, you don't really know. That's the worst part about falling, right? When you're rolling around and you don't know, and it's like, well, we fell, and there you go, and maybe my arm is this way, and whoops, dislocated shoulder.
Yeah, no, it's definitely problematic.
Because in January, I showed you that fight in Japan, and that was pretty much the arena. It was MMA, but they did not have any cage or ropes. It was just a big circle area where you could fall out.
I don't particularly remember that. That's
going to be in my probably KOs of the year so far. I say videos of what I like. And then at the end of the year, I can make my decision more intelligently because I have all this footage I can just go through and just be like, oh, man, this one's pretty good. So, yeah, man, I totally remember playing that video on the show, though. Like maybe it was a while ago, though. That happened in January, so it's probably 4 months ago that I actually played that video.
That's probably why.
It was some dude that was in the UFC before, though, but some Asian dude killed him.
Crookshank or something? No,
Crookshank. No, Crookshank is in Rising. You're right. Right. But Rising has a ring. No, it was a black guy. Crookshank is a white dude.
Yes.
Crookshank. Crookshank's okay. Like in Japan, he's fine. Leave him there. He's pretty eccentric. He is exactly what they want. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. He's the typical American loudmouth that will just come by and be like, Japanese motherfuckers, I'm gonna beat you all, and then he loses.
Yeah.
So.
And then all the Japanese people would be like saying quietly, "That's what happens when you talk shit. That's what happens when you talk shit."
Yes, gotta be respectful. Bow down to your master. Okay, we're done talking about MMA right now. So this is still MMA related though. So Bloodsport came out February 88th. That was my year or my month of birth, I should say. A year of birth. I also.
I remember seeing that movie in theater. Fuck.
Jesus. So yeah, man, that movie is actually. I've been watching it here and there, but this is the first time I've actually watched all of it in a long time, maybe like 4 or 5 years. It surprisingly stands up.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I mean, it's not super complicated, right? He goes to Japan and then he fights in this tournament, right? It's not too complicated.
No,
it's not much to get. But there's this.
No, maybe it wasn't Bloodsport. I'm thinking Kickboxer that I saw in theater.
This Kickboxer, Kickboxer's after.
Yeah.
Bloodsport is the one where he gets dust in the eyes at the end, and he fights blinded. Yeah. No, there's this one scene.
What?
He fights blinded at the end. He gets sand in the eyes. He gets
Bloodsport or
yes, in Bloodsport. In Bloodsport,
same thing happened to him. In Kickboxer. Well, no, Kickboxer. They were doing Muay Thai, so he had those stupid things on it, so they had to cut him off and. That's funny. But I remember kind of dirt or something like that there too.
They did the wrestling thing at the end of Bloodsport where he did the Japanese powder. I'm Asian, so I got this powder in my my trunks.
Okay.
Take that. That's my Asian dust. It's so weird. They did that all the time back then. It was so racist, but they did that all the time. Anyways, the one scene I wanted to bring up is he walks up to an arcade machine and they're playing. This American dude is playing karate, and Jean-Claude Van Damme just walks up to him and he's like, "Oh, hey, do you mind if I play?" He's like, "Oh, sure, why not? I'm gonna take you down, no problem. I'm an American. I play video games." So then they start playing, and Jean-Claude Van Damme just whoops his ass. And he says, like, "Aren't you like young to be playing video games?" No. He says, he asks him like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" He's like, "Oh, I'm here to be in a tournament." And he's like, "Oh, aren't you young to be fighting in this tournament?" And then Jean-Claude Van Damme goes like, "Aren't you too old to be playing video games?" And they just like, ha, and then they become friends. I thought like for something that's from fucking 88, that line is not too bad. I actually kind of chuckled at that line. And for a line that has video games in it from fucking 88.
Yeah.
Like, that's not fucking bad. Like, most shit that has anything to do with a video game from that time is just like, whoa. I might want to turn this off now. This is pretty cringe.
Oh, is it? Shit. That movie with Angelina Jolie and they were hackers or something.
That
was fucking horribly timed. Like,
where they curved the bullets?
No. This was like. No, they were hackers.
So they curved bullets in that movie. They totally curved bullets in that movie. Different movie.
Angelina Jolie was like 17 in this movie.
Oh, 7, and that's too long ago. Then that I don't know. That I definitely 100% know. The only Angelina Jolie movie that I know from that time was Striptease. Was that Angelina Jolie, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, that was Angelina. Dude, that was totally Angelina Jolie, wasn't it?
Striptease. Wasn't that the girl from...
I'm just going to look that up right now. Not Saved by the Bell. That's another movie.
Okay. That's Showgirl. Okay, yeah.
Oh, dude, it's totally Angelina Jolie. Oh, it's Demi Moore. Damn. Different people. That was 96. That was probably like some of the first boobs I've ever seen. Now that I think about it. Like 96, I was 8 years old. Do you remember Striptease, though? It was better than Showgirls.
I never seen Showgirls.
All right, I've seen both. They're both pretty bad. Showgirls especially. Striptease, I mean, whatever. The thing about Striptease is you go into it with expectations that it's not going to be that good anyways. But yeah, like she's a mom and she's like stripping to like, she has, I don't even remember what the full story is, but she has a gun. Somebody's after her. Oh, who was it? Oh, who was that dude? Oh no, it's pretty funny. Oh man. Oh, Burt Reynolds. Yeah. Oh, that movie was pretty okay. That movie was all right. Like for what it was, for a movie that's called Striptease, not a terrible movie.
Oh, okay. The movie I'm thinking is just called Hackers.
Oh, Hackers. But what was I thinking of? Where you
I don't know.
Curve bullets movie?
That is like bullets or
Wanted. That is
Wanted.
Angelina Jolie.
Yes, that is.
You
I didn't say that it
motherfucker.
wasn't. It wasn't the movie I was talking about.
Wish
It's
you
just
would have said
Hackers.
that
There's a
at the
point in
time, 'cause
time in that
I've been
movie
racking my brain this whole time.
So that was 95, and they had some game in that. I think it was Tank Commander or something like that. It looks so fucking horrible, and the whole thing that they did around it, because it was supposed to be done in the future.
Yes. Like Tank Commander, do you mean like the one with like the vector graphics where it's,
Yes.
it's like, yeah, okay,
Yes.
cool. Yeah, yeah. That's the
thing is,
future,
this
bro.
was supposed to be the future, but that was the top shit.
Dude, that
from
was
95.
totally the future, man. That's like Tron. That was Tron without the like the filling in of the polygons.
Sure.
Dude,
I actually think she flashes some tit in this.
oh, why not? Yeah, Angelina Jolie had some bush back then, so flaunt it all. Am I thinking about Demi Moore? I could be confusing her with Demi Moore again. It's probably Demi Moore. Hey, we're long gone about MMA now. I guess like the next UFC to look forward to is 212. That's in not this weekend, but the weekend after.
Yeah.
So yeah, look forward to that, man, because that's a pretty stacked card all the way. And Aldo is the main event. Anderson Silva versus whoever the fuck he's going to be fighting. Oh no, that is two.
Yep, no, that is
the next one. Oh no, that's 212. I'm talking about 211. I want to talk about 211, which is in 2 weeks. That's a Stipe Miocic Junior Dos Santos card, and Joanna Jacek versus Jessica Andrade. That card looks so good, and that opening fight of Henry Cejudo versus Sergio Pettis looks really good. That like for a flyweight debut, well, not debut, a flyweight first fight on the card. Man, yeah, I'm into that. That's the one thing I don't like about Johnson is Johnson, because he's champion, he always has to be either the second to last fight or the last fight. I'm not into that. If Johnson was like starting the card or the second to starting the card, he would pump up the crowd way more than let them down. You know what I mean?
Ish, anyways. But
dude, because Johnson, his last fight wasn't bad. If you start the pay-per-view card with him choking out a dude, people are into it. But if you end that fucking card with it, people are just like, fucking these two dudes that are fucking 100 pounds, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you have Eddie Alvarez, which is the fucking main event of the card. That is on FX. It's on FX for some weird reason in the US this time. I guess Fox Sport 1 has some... what's in playoffs right now in the US? Football?
Hockey, basketball. Football's not for another...
I guess so.
So wait, no. Football wouldn't even be... Football's winter.
Yeah,
so
yes. Football, the playoffs are in winter. Because
there'd be baseball going on right now.
So how weird is it that you end football sometimes, and if you have a New York team in there, sometimes... no, it's weird because that's right. That's right, never mind. The Super Bowl is always in a random town.
Yes.
How?
Not to say that the playoffs couldn't be...
They could be in New York.
If New York's
yes.
in the playoffs,
yes.
or if Green Bay's in the playoffs, it'll likely be fucking snowing.
Yes,
in Green
there
Bay
will be
during...
snow. Yep. That honestly, I like that the most. Because when you're not comfortable in a sport, that's when you do the best, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because you want to get your shit fucking done. Like, let's get this play fucking done. Like, who cares if we're slipping all over this place? Let's just fucking get it done. It's more real to me. When you're playing in California all the time, that has its own element where it's fucking hot and you got to fucking bear that all the time. But they're playing late, so it's not. It's not as bad as playing in fucking, at like 1 p.m. in California.
Well, it's also it's typically like first week of February, so it's not that hot.
Oh yeah, no, well for sure for California, yeah, but it starts earlier than that, like the whole season.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they got to deal with that at some point, but they're definitely more comfortable all year compared to us playing football here. Because man, yeah, there were some people playing. Was it rugby? I think it was an all rugby girls team that I saw play the other day, maybe like 2 days ago. It was fucking raining, like a motherfucker. It was cold. Just like, man, these girls, they're fucking badasses.
Yeah, I've played in like 45 Celsius, and I've played in 0 Celsius.
Hey, I would have done that at one point in my life, but not. Fuck that. I'm not playing in the rain.
Yeah, I don't mind the rain, but it's the temperature. It's when it's like below 10 degrees and raining.
Yeah, when it rains and it's fucking 7, it's like fuck.
Like I've played in like raining 25 or whatever. That's actually kind of fun.
That's not bad. When it's, let's say like it's this hot sunny day and it rains and it's still sunny outside, it's like that's fun. Like yeah, I'll stay out in the rain all fucking day. If it's like this, it's almost like a party. Like fucking, hey, everybody, let's just come out on the street. We'll fucking party. Woo! Wet t-shirt contest. But no, it's not like that when in April. That's for fucking sure. I bet some people would be like that, but it's pretty cold.
Well, it's never like that here. If it's raining, it's fucking cold.
I suppose so. I've been in Ontario my whole life, so I remember one time getting off the school bus, and I could literally see the rain coming at me. It was like a wall just coming at me, and it was like 30 degrees outside. I was like, yeah, sure, why not? It's fucking awesome. It's gonna suck that I'm gonna be wet, but I'll deal with it. I literally had to like run out of my house. I would have gotten it. It's so crazy. My buddy lived a little bit further down, and he literally, it was like I saw him walking through the wall. It was just like I could see him, and then he hit the rain, but he's gone. Honestly, one of the craziest things I've seen in terms of weather. Is there anything crazy you've seen?
Tornado.
I've never seen one touchdown.
One touchdown here 2 years ago, and then it came back up and then floated over our heads. It never came back down, but it looked like it might. So that was kind of freaky.
Yeah, I've seen funnel clouds, but I've never seen them actually touch down.
Being in a tropical storm, that was pretty fucked up.
Where was that?
Florida.
All right, cool. The worst storm I was in was in my hometown. I guess they called them pocket winds. But it literally came out of fucking nowhere.
Yep.
And it lasted about maybe like 10 minutes. It was like torrential downpour. Fucking the rain was going sideways.
Yeah.
And my barbecue, I had a pretty long deck at the time, so that's the only reason it stayed up there. But any other reason, that barbecue was gone. It was crazy. My parents had a store at the time, like a general store that you could just buy shit. And I was not working that day, but holy fuck. If I would have been working there that day, the power was out everywhere. It was out for like a day and a half-ish.
Yeah, that happens to my parents a lot. They're by Huntsville. Like they've lost power for like 4 days before.
Huntsville is a little bit worse than where I was actually.
Yeah.
I hear that about like in between Verner or North Bay and Toronto. Yeah, it gets pretty bad because that's where like Nipissing and some other lakes end, and like I don't know. I guess just the way that it's laid out, they just get way worse weather.
Yeah.
The Great Lakes kind of come up on the side of there too.
Well, it would be a fair bit further more west than Huntsville, but yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I don't know what it is about Huntsville, but yeah, for sure. They always get a lot of snow, a lot of rain. I don't know
Well, they
about
get a
snow.
lot. They get a lot of snow too.
Ottawa used to get a lot of snow. The last few years, the snow came on like 1 or 2 days, and then that was about it. This year was not too bad. Last year, holy fuck.
Is it still broke a record. Cold, or is it just not?
It's cold. It's cold. It's definitely cold.
Because that's what I remember of Ottawa is it's fucking cold, because more so than snow.
Not this year, but in 2015/2016, we broke a record for the most snow in one day. I think it was like 55 centimeters. It might have been more. It might have been more than that. It was crazy. One of my neighbors, he didn't drive, and he just left his car there. Couldn't even see it anymore.
Yeah. Well, like Mac down in Buffalo. Buffalo gets fucking hammered.
Oh, yeah. Buffalo's crazy because of the fucking lakes.
And then obviously, like, East Coast is pretty fucked up, too.
You get those footage from close to the Great Lakes all the time where the cars are, like, frozen.
Like, St. Catharines is pretty bad. They get a lot like Buffalo. It's...
Well, and St. Catharines kind of worse because they're like right in the middle of the two lakes.
Yeah.
Right? They're like separated by the little fucking river between the two lakes. Whatever the fuck that's actually called.
I knew it at one point in time, but I don't know it now.
Yeah. We have the best Niagara Falls, by the way. Americans suck a dick. No, I don't know.
Well, it is true. The horseshoe is on our side.
Yeah, it's cool. That's the cool part. That's the part you want to take a boat into. That other part, you take a boat into there, you're fucked.
Well, it's just rock.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's just gonna be water like tossing you around into a rock. It's not a good situation. It's been so long since I've been to Niagara Falls. They have like that little tower that looks like a CN tower next to it.
Do they? I think it's been probably 15 years since I've been there.
Oh, well, hey, you've been there after me, so there you go. You win. Niagara Falls has a casino. That's about all you can do there. I would go there, but there's not much to do. Back in the 90s, they had a WWE shop there. So honestly, I'm not even joking. I would have went just for that. Because I would have saved. Like, I would have had a trip. Plus, I could have bought a belt and not paid the shipping. But now, wrestling. It's 2017. It's a different time. It's still popular. It's popular in a different weird way. Because kids watch wrestling on the internet. So it's a weird fucking way. It's like everything right now, even sports, but WWE specifically, because they make the most of their money that they make is through the TV. Like that's their money. Everything else, they have the WWE network, but they don't make like a super amount of money through that. So it's the same as Fight Pass. It's not like it's not like that's where they make the money. They make some money, but let's say all the UFC pay-per-views were on Fight Pass, they would be making way less money than they are right now, and that's where the WWE is right now. They don't. It's weird because I don't necessarily think it's less popular, because I definitely think it's more popular than it was in, let's say, like 2010. Let's say that. I feel like a lot of people dropped out, but I feel like a lot of people are coming back. But man, like, it's such a weird time. It's such a weird time for wrestling. Even UFC, like, when the TV rights expire, where do they go? Do they stay on Fox? They could.
Well, it's whoever pays more.
Exactly. But is there anybody that wants to pay more? ESPN would have been one of those places that I thought would have maybe paid more. But now, NBC maybe would be interested.
Because CBS is World. Well, I guess it's not World Series of Fighting anymore, but
that's NBC.
That's NBC.
Yeah. CBS used to be That one where Nate Diaz was in. Nick Diaz, sorry. I guess Nate Diaz was there too.
Strike Force?
No, that was before Excess Fight. It's the one where Kimbo was in too. What the fuck was that thing called? There's an X in there somewhere. That's why I'm getting so confused. All these X companies. There's too many of them.
Because it's extreme fighting.
But it wasn't extreme though. That's the.
I don't know. They're always trying to be cool and. Yeah.
Real quick. On Wikipedia, and then we'll end the show.
Oh yeah.
Where was he fighting before the UFC? Nick Diaz.
Well, Nick Diaz.
Elite XC.
Elite, yeah.
Yeah, that's what CBS was. NBC's always been World Series. Strike Force was on Showtime. It's weird to me. It's weird that Showtime has not gotten back into.
Well, but the thing is,
MMA.
Would they?
Right
they're
now,
not getting Bellator.
But they could form a partnership with Bellator if they wanted to. But I don't know if I don't know if Viacom is interested in that.
I don't think Viacom would be interested in that.
But they should be, because I do think that Showtime would give them that extra bump on, especially on pay-per-view, man. Like if Moro and his team was doing the Bellator New York card, it would just lend that extra like right on top. You know what I mean? Just right on top of it. Just that little pizzazz right on top of there. But no, it's just gonna be the same fucking commentators they always have. Even though it's so that card's so weird because it's called Bellator 180 and then it goes to Bellator NYC. But yeah, anyways, that'll do it for Sprawl Brawl. Anyways, if you're watching live, we'll be back. If you're not watching live, then you know what to do. iTunes, wherever podcasts are found, that's where we are. Sprawl Brawl, look it up. Megasearcher.com, that's our URL. That's where we upload everything, including Sprawl Brawl, and they go up pretty fast too. So pay attention to that stuff, because I usually upload them within, I would say, 6 hours of the show's ending. So it doesn't take a long time. And leave comments, leave ratings on iTunes. Like, everything helps us. Everything you do on YouTube, like, it all pushes us up the charts. So that's what I want to say. See ya. That's Steiner over there. I'm all Matt. See ya.
See ya.
All right. So I'm just going to leave the screen black for a little bit so that I know that the show's done, but we can talk.